Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. So, last time I logged out in Strength and Vale after killing some giant there, among other things, and right now I'm sort of home, you could say, by the bonfire here of the druid in the Elder Rise in Thunder Bluff. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm pretty much scouting the quest on the continent here for level 50, or around level 50 anyway, and here in Thunder Bluff there was Goro Soil, among other. It's this guy who's giving the quest. The Ungoro soils can be dropped by a couple of mobs, I think, in Ungoro Crater, surprisingly enough, down here. From what I read, especially tar monsters, which are located up here in these sort of tar pits. But it's also just picked up from the ground. And I had a few from my priest was sort of strafing by down there at a point. So I had like 10, and then I bought an additional 11 from the auction house. And I think I'm supposed to, let me see, hand them in out here. Yeah, okay, so there's this guy up here by the dirt pile, Geed. He wants to take them, I guess. So he'll take 20, and I get a nice fat 4700 experience and 100 reputation. Not to mention that I think they will start, yeah, so they start a new quest after called Morrowgrain Research. Same guy here that delivers it. So first of all, I'm supposed to take this voucher to some other Tauren in this tent here. There we go. So I hand in this research thing, and yeah, I get a new quest where I get. I'm just gonna show you. I get this bag here. That when consumed with two Goro soils, and I actually don't have one. There's a chance you can get a Morrowgrain. These I have these from a previous encounter because as you can see, these aren't bind and pick up the Morrowgrains, and they are actually the ones you need to complete the quest. I think I have like 50 at the moment. So at some point I was grinding some mobs on another character, and I just had this sort of package, this package and these seeds and a lot of Goro soil, and then just there's a 10-minute cooldown. So when I was grinding every 10th minute, I was just sort of using this one. I can't show you how it works now because I'm missing one Goro soil, or I could go buy and see if there's one on the auction house and I can do it. Long story short, I can just hand in the 10 that I got from my other character, and that actually gave me a level. It's kind of cool. And what you get as a reward, the couple of times I've handed in, it's been pretty crappy actually. But this you get for 10, handing in 10 Morrowgrain research. So yeah, not that impressive really. Guess my rogue can use this one. So talent points. And by the way, for once I was little bit ahead and scouting my talent points, and I saw that it's about time I got my Starfire up. It can be, so I can lower the cast rate by 0.1 second. It's currently 3.4. It's the spell I use mainly when mobs are immune to nature damage. Then I use arcane damage instead. So further, there's a chance to stun, and this stun is increased from 3 to 6%. So I'm gonna give that another one, and I'm actually gonna cap it out. There's really no talents left really that are interesting for Moonkin at this point. Further, I got loot ready. Bought this off the auction house for I think around 15 gold, something like that, a long time ago. It's useful not just for Moonkin but for other casters as well, and it happened to be here my Moonkin that got it. So the question is which one to So I got 6 intellect, 7 spirit. Yeah, this ring is better, I think. Sure, there's a couple of resists here. I might keep it if I should ever encounter something with resists, but I'm gonna change the charge gear of the owl here from Mechanier Thermoblock in Nomrigon. Must say this had served me rather well. I think I got this around level 40 and I just dinged 55, so it lasted a long time, the ring, that's for sure. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna go look if there's an extra Goro Soil at the um, auction house, and then I'm just gonna show you how it works if you haven't done these kind of quests before. With the, I mean, with this package here. Let's see. Yeah, nice rip off, but okay, I'm gonna spend for your eyes only. So it's 2 Goro Soils and 1 of these Thalendris seeds per hit. And by the way, the quest is repeatable. I think after I handed it in, you can see it became a repeatable quest afterwards. I think you can get like 50 reputation with Thunder Bluff each time you hand in, something like that. But now, I'm gonna use 2 Goro Soils and I think 1 seed. And then I get some kind of package that can contain various stuff. Let's see. So actually this one gave me 4 Morrowgrains. That's pretty rare. I can't even remember I got that many. Usually it's 0 to 3 or something, and it's more like 1 or 2 than 3. And this time I got 4. That was quite impressive. I'm gonna send it back to my mage that's currently holding this stuff here. So forgive me my logistics here, and my rogue can get this. So I'm not gonna bother further with this. It has become a repeatable quest, and yeah, I can grind my Thunder Bluff reputation elsewhere, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do in a second. So I've been scouting the map further, and next up on the menu is Ferales, where I got. Oh, I'm just gonna boost kits here. There we go. That's another one there. Ah, it's a bank account. Never mind. So in Ferales I got, I think there's 3 or 4 level 50 quests. Some of them are elite, but they should be doable. And I have set up Hearthstone in Ferales here. Oh, and this guy has quite a lot of them, I can see. Even have a quest for Sunken Temple, but I'm gonna wait with that for now. Let's see, natural materials, sure. Treant Muisek, yes. And let's see. So Bear, I did a couple of quests for him a while back. Actually dungeons. Very nice fella. It's a Greek guy. Let's see, Dark Heart. Okay, I'm pretty stacked. So the big boys here, I think they're doing Dire Maul. Is the dungeon right up here, and it's pretty good for me that I just came by. Okay, so I picked up, well, with all this sort of semi-lore here, let's see. Yeah, I picked up the level 50 quest that's around, and I do remember actually that one of the quests is I've done this quest like a while back. Just gonna set up my holy crap! I got a lot of mana now, and it's the good stuff here with 4200 regenerated instead of my standard discount water here of 39, 34. And cool thing about getting a level now is I can accurately use this mana now. It requires level 55. Anyway, about the quests, just gonna put this one here. So I have to find some treants, and there's not a hell lot of them, to be honest. There should be one up in this area here. And it's for the Treant Muisek, if I sort of pronounce that correctly. But yeah, it's a good thing about hardcore is just, by the way, what you saw there in the town, where you know people are extremely helpful. In my experience, anyway. I heard opposite stories as well, but generally, I think people will agree that hardcore is more, I don't know, friendly, or sort of people try to do their best to be prepared for a dungeon, etc. Maybe not in the sort of the lower levels, but at least when you get up higher. And I guess it's sort of an awareness too that you know we in this together, so everybody gotta pull that part of the baggage train, so to speak. Okay, screw this. Yeah, so I did this quest like a long time ago, but I remember it was rather annoying finding these trees. I think I actually ended up finding one that I sort of grinded over and over. But I think it's one of the reasons is that these trees are they have like a huge patrolling area. So if yeah, it's just easy to miss them really. So I'm gonna look for one of them elsewhere. Um, and I guess I could start out with there are some mobs here on the other side. Encrusted materials. I'm not quite sure what they are actually. It's probably fairy dragons or something like that. Oh, and I got a nice fat buff here as well. Didn't even notice. Yeah, so it's these guys. I'm just gonna buff up here. And it feels rather weird killing level 43 mobs as a level 50 quest, but hey, I didn't make the quest. Nice drop rate so far, can't complain over that. And I'm just gonna sip some of my prime water here. Yeah, I was just looking if it was a horde. But it wasn't. It's a filthy night elf, so I'm not gonna... I don't mind. I'm not that sort of an alliance hater. But I was just about, if it was a horde, I would just heal, or usually I look out for people if they are... if they are in trouble while grinding. Everyone can make a bad pool now and then, and why not just heal someone? It has happened on occasion that I could, I wouldn't say save their life, but at least make their life less miserable when coming by and healing them. Maybe even helping killing the mob that they have trouble with. So one of these thingies go, so far it seems to be like 100% drop rate, easy peasy. And next up on the menu is, more treats. Well, more treats. Let's just find the first one. I'm gonna try up here next to Diamond. I think I actually found one there last. So yeah, this guy Schrödinger here just came online, and I remember the name, but not exactly who it was. So I rely here on my notes. So as you can see here, by the way, Bear, he wanted to do, that was the first guy that said hello back in the town. He was one that wanted to do Blackrock Depths initially with my priest. I think I declined because I didn't have time, and I think I wanted to read more about the instance. I don't think I've ever been there. I mean, I might have cleared it out as a level 70 or 80 back in the day, probably like 70. Uh, but this guy Schrödinger here, he was pulling us through Sunken Temple at some point. He was a very good guide for it actually, good at explaining mechanics of stuff. Um, and I usually read about the dungeons first, and I'm gonna continue to do so, of course. Oh, there's a tree down here. Finally. So, it was just, I don't know, if people feel like it, of course they do, to play with other people now and then, but what I mean by it is just that, there's enough of... Not in here, that sounds a little stupid, but there's enough of people that aren't really sort of worth collecting, not even in World of Warcraft. So when you find some people that are very nice, then yeah, I kind of add them, you could say. For another pleasant adventure, you could say, some other time. And I think it's one of the things that is very important in hardcore is, well, I usually say there are two things that are very important, and that's patience and experience, and I still believe that. But one other thing I would say that's pretty much equally important, and maybe even more important later on, is especially later on, is trust. So that you trust the people that you are in a group with, or in a dungeon, or in a raid, that they are capable of doing their job, that they know what they're doing, that they are helpful if you need help, etc., etc. That they ask for help instead of just pretending that they know what to do, etc. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm sort of, by building connections and you could call them friendships, maybe. Um, or I mean, doing it now instead of when you reach 60 and then you sort of have to start all over. Uh, it's it may be easier on this server because it's very small population, so people will get acquainted pretty fast. Especially if you are playing sort of an odd spec like I am, because I think I'm the only Moonkin at the moment, at least the only one that I know of. As I've stated previously, I've seen two Moonkins so far. One, yeah, one other guy that's a long time ago. Yeah, well, maybe six months or something like that. That was he called his character Noobkin. That was kind of funny, and he was from one of the other raiding guilds that was here before the anniversary server. Sort of drained the player population from this server. Um, but he said that the reason why he went Moonkin was due to the 3% crit, the aura you get as a Moonkin. It's quite huge in raids. My DPS is probably gonna suck. It's gonna be low end compared to many of the other classes, but this 3% crit will help tremendously on the raid damage. Yeah. So definitely sort of a support class, you could say, Moonkin. And then I have this the insect swarm here with minus 2% chance to hit for the. Uh, it should work on bosses as well, on raid bosses or dungeon bosses for that matter. So it's quite huge, um, and that's two of the main reasons why you should have a chance to be in a raid group. Another cool thing would be that a lot of the stuff that is actually made for Moonkins, well, there's pretty much only one to take the loot. Some of the other druids might want it, but I doubt it because there will usually either be in cat spec or restoration, meaning healing, not damage caster. Anyway, I'm up here to do this harpy quest. I have to kill 16 harpies, 4 different kinds, and then there's all of these harpies I think can drop some kind of horn that can bring Eldana Dark Hearth to life. She's a 50 elite. I wouldn't say she's a complete knockover, but she's pretty weak, I think, for a 50 elite. Um, yeah, but I'm not gonna underestimate her. That's for sure. So I'm just gonna start grinding these sort of harpies when I see them. And there's sort of in the neighborhood up in these ruins. And one should think that it's here you sort of summon her, because that's the only thing that's sort of looking a little magic kinda, but it's actually not there. I'll show you where it is when I eventually find the horn. And wouldn't you know, a purple lotus, because we are in ruins here. I think I saw one right here. Nope. And I think I finally, by the way, find I haven't crafted anything with purple lotus yet, but I have a lot of them. I could compare it with Ica of Undeath, which is fairly normal or regular drop from undeads, high level undeads, but not necessarily elites. Ica of Undeath. I can get elixir of water, greater elixir of water breathing, so you'll be able to breathe water for, I think, like an hour actually. So it's quite huge. Just gonna look for these treants. Yeah, this was the treant I looked for initially, and I haven't found it yet. I've seen it once, but it's a long time ago, when I wasn't needing it, of course. So I know it can be there. It's not a mistake from Questy's part. And the radar aura I was talking about is this one, Moonkin Aura. 3% increased chance to hit for everybody included in the aura. It doesn't say how big the aura is, but oh well. I expect social aggro here, yep. Let's see. I was trying to pick some flowers here, but I'm just gonna rebuff. So I should pretty much be sitting on a cactus whisker here. There we go. Interesting class. I kind of thought she was caster, so I didn't root her. Because she had mana. There we go. These guys, yeah, these flowers are purple, so they kind of stick out in the green interior here. But if the horn doesn't drop for Idana's Dark Heart here, then so be it. Um, I just have to grind some more of these guys, even though the quest may be complete at that point. Oh, I can get used to this new mana, that's for sure. With the almost 1,000 extra mana replenish at the same time. Yomo. But for starters, I'm just going for the mobs that I need, really. For the sort of normal quest. So let me see, what do I need? I need one rogue feather and one slayer. Oh. Fine. I'm probably gonna have to kill some extra for that horn. Okay, so there's a slayer down here. I'm just gonna work my way to her. Alright. Um, First quest completed here. Uh, I'm just gonna have to grind some more, like I said, in order to get the. I think it's called a horn. Uh, yeah, horn of hate talent. Oh, and I just got it here. It looks like this. Oh baby, I can get used to this mana, that's for sure. Thank you very much to the guy that conjured them for me. Anyway, up to summon Adana. And I seem to remember she's a caster. That's maybe why she will seem a little squishy for an elite. So I'm going back up here to this sort of magic area here. Uh, and I remember first time I did the quest I was sort of sure that I had to use it here somewhere, but that's actually not the case. It's down here, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just gonna try it out. It's not a very obvious spot, sort of, to that where I have to do it. Let's try. Ah, okay. So it's here where there's sort of this hole in a larger stone, and she should pop up right there. So let's give it a go. If she's melee, I'm just gonna root her, of course. Looks like if she's lightning, and she does hurt somewhat. Might have to eat my words here, but I do hurt on her as well. That's for sure. There we go. So she did around 1,000 damage. Well done, Idana. Okay. So that was 2 quests. Up next is trying to find another Treant. Supposedly there should be one down there. I'm just gonna scout it out. Oh, this is actually an alliance tune. Interesting. So let's see. I think it was somewhere around here. Yeah, but probably extremely long sort of patrol route again for the Treant. directly right there. Very nice. Okay, heavy resistance to nature magic, that's for sure. Resist. Resist probably. Oh, actually not. So I'm gonna try to give him some arcane damages, see how he likes that. Better. But naturally it would make sense that something as sort of naturalistic as a tree would would be resistant to nature damage. Anyway, couple of flowers. Sure, I'll take it. So apparently down in the area of it's a bit steep there. Down in the area here to the south, I should be able to get the rest of the items I need for this sort of grindy material, grindy quest. Pretty impressive that they can get a group going for Sulfurak at this hour on this server. It looks like they did it. They just need a caster. And to be honest, I'm a little tempted to look for this Treant up here, the one that I killed first, up here next to Diamond. It's the one I had the most sort of luck with, finding anyway. He might not be respawned, but I could imagine that he would be respawned now. Interesting. So there's a mob that's stuck here, which which means I probably can't get to the flower, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay, no luck this time. So all these hippogriffs down here, they supposedly drop what I need, or can drop anyway. Yeah, now I feel completely entitled to this to this flower that I missed on before, and it's just hell to see them in this green background here. Strange how well camouflaged they are. So I actually hit it, but oh, there we are. Unbelievable. Okay, so there we go. I actually hit it with my mouse cursor, but seem to miss it out on it anyway. So grindy here. I think I'm actually gonna look for the treant first, as he sort of seems to be the most annoying mob to get to. There we go. No, it's actually not the code. He's cursed sycamore. It's not the same actually. It's not a treat. Okay, I can't see him anywhere. But it looks like this is like the field of sungrass, I guess. And it looks like I didn't learn my lesson before. It's impossible to see them here. There we go. Unbelievable. So I should pretty much be standing right on top of it and I still can't see it. Oh, there we go. So I'm pretty much just gonna start sort of annihilating these guys. And maybe if I'm lucky, the last Treant will walk right into my lab. Okay, so actually, I guess maybe I looked wrong on the map here, because behind me, all the way down there, is where the Treant is supposed to be. So I'm pretty much standing, according to Questy, right where the Treant is supposed to be. So I'm thinking I'm sort of grinding my way this way to see if it walks around here. Maybe on the plateau there as well. There we go. Come to daddy. Okay, so he's gonna get the arcane damage thingy here. Resisted the nature. Again. Crazy resist he got. There we go. You're gonna get some more arcane fun here. Oh, I better use this thingy on him. Alright, back up to grinding some hippos here. Holy crap, I still need like 30 of these sort of metallic fragments, but it's quite alright. I think when I'm done getting the resilient sinew, then yeah, I'll probably drop more on the others. This looks like a double pull. Although this guy got the Sumi, so he got away from the other guy. And the vibrant plumes that can drop from higher level feathered mobs. It's quite useful for me. I think I can hand them in at the Dark Moon Fair and get some tickets in return. And I think if I manage to collect 1200 tickets, and yeah, that's a lot, then you can actually get an epic necklace. Uh, there's one for melee as well as one for deep caster. It's just stats, I think, from what I recall, no spell power, but still looks pretty nice. But yeah, my two weak points gear is my cape, is nothing special, but doing the quest, like I stated previous in the Hinterlands Elites, will give me a better cloak with some spell power on it and some intellect. And then there's simply just nothing better at the moment as a caster, at least if it's leather. But I found a pair for level 57, and I promised myself if I survive Sunken Temple, I'm gonna equip them. I'll let it be a surprise until then. So I'm just gonna check out if there are other spots where I can get these sort of metallic fragments, but it doesn't really look like it. Uh, Not that I know of, anyway. Not bad leggings, actually, but they will probably bring in a couple of gold, but uh, there are leggings in various dungeons, including Northspring, where you can get up to, I think, maybe 18 agility and say 6 stamina or something like that. So that makes armor like this, I would say, less valuable. I'm gonna try and sell them anyway, but normally, if it wasn't for those sort of dungeon leggings, then I think they would bring quite a bit. I'm just gonna buff here again. And it turned out to be extremely nice that I got both the water and the mage buff. Only got 4 minutes left. Yeah, it's raining, sort of fits the music here. A little sad. Skinner's Paradise defo here. Yeah, I'm gonna self buff here. And yeah, actually I don't recall if I told you before, but I've grinded this area before due to some other quests, but I think they were somewhat lower, probably around level 45, 46, something like that. And it might have been smart sort of bringing this quest along, but as this quest was level 50, I don't usually compare or sort of combine, not compare, but combine level 50 quests with say a level 47. But I'll see if that might be smart next time to sort of, because these other quests I have to grind a ton of these guys as well. It's no big deal, but it would have been probably been more time efficient, you could say, to combine these quests with various drops from the same mobs. And of course there are different kinds of these sort of hippogriffs. There's Sky Stormer and there was a Patriarch as well, and I haven't really noticed any difference in the drop rate. There might be. Just to separate them, I used an instant spell. So yeah, space is getting an issue soon here. Interesting how it scales down the Kodo to a skeleton. Looks kind of cool, actually, by the way. It's incredible how much the 1000 extra mana means when you have to drink a lot. I mean, 1000 extra mana regenerated over the same time. Especially in a sort of grindy session like this one, it means the world. So it's almost the best thing by about becoming level 55 is that I can drink these. Yeah, I guess it's top-notch mana regeneration drinks. But it could be much worse. Drop rate could be lower, and there could be other people farming these guys, and they could be in much sort of lower numbers. At least they are kind of abundant. I'm never running out of any of them to grind. Oh, what what do you know? Two in a row. Yeah, found my new method here on getting these sungrass. Yeah, that sucked a bit because I can't loot this guy now, I think. Nope. So yeah, the boots, where were they? They weren't terrible. But yeah, it's leather. I mean, if same stats and they were cloth, would probably have made them more interesting. I think I'm pretty lucky with the drop rates right now. Maybe the I don't think so, no, but it feels like the game is showing mercy when you get like to 30 or something like that. Still one missing out, so the drop rate can still punish me. But it didn't. Very nice. So back to camp, hand in. There might be a follow-up or two. Just have to see about that. If they are 50, maybe 51, they become interesting. Just gonna sell some of all the crap here. Yeah, and it's quite interesting, by the way, that these potions, they just don't sell at all. On a hardcore server, what do you know? Oh, that's it. Yeah, so there's a new 50 here. 50 elite, actually. Yeah, it can wait. It's a 52. I can do it when I'm up to when I'm 57. So yeah, never mind that for now. I might even pick up this one, the Sunken Temple. I mean, starting to collect quests for Sunken Temple. So just gonna do a quick double check here. 52. Yeah, as minimum. So about the mountain giants here, they are. I think it's a 50 elite. Yeah. Um, there's a way to sort of make this quest way easier on yourself, and that's by um, visiting some gnome by the down here by the coast. He has sort of a shrinking device where I can make the mountain giants into normal mobs and still get the full quest reward when I use this thingy on them. I think I could kill them fairly easily without doing this little trick, but yeah, there's no reason to make things harder than they have to be. And the gnome down there by the it's not a gnome, by the way, it's a goblin. The goblin bar down here by the coast, he actually awards, or he gives, there's two optional quests you can take down there, repeatables. Um, One is collecting sort of, yeah, let me see what they're called. Just want to make sure I'm just not going to go cliff diving while I do that. Refuel for the sapping, and again with the sap giants. I'm just, I always understood the quest like you had to have some sort of, you had to get some kind of gas, you could say, like gas for a car. You had to have some kind of dust or stuff for the engine to work, but apparently it doesn't work like that. As far as I recall, you just need to take the yeah, the what you calling lightning gun or whatever thingy you'll see when I use it, and you can just use it for free, sort of, at least when the quest is repeatable. So there's no need. Normally you would have, when you do the quest, you'll have to kill these guys first, and each of them will award you with sort of, or maybe not each, but according to the drop rate, you'll get some kind of dust and stuff, and that can then be used to minimize the giants that are down here by the sea. But it's the same gun that I'm using for the mountain giants in a couple of minutes. So he's down here by this odd ventilator or whatever it is, wind totem. No idea what it is. So yeah, so I got this thing here, and actually I kind of need both of these things right now. 2 quest items to solve 1 quest. Just to see if he had anything interesting, but he didn't. Off we go. But as soon as I got 7 of these mountain giant Muiseks, then I'm just gonna dump the other quest, the repeatable. I don't know if it's a bug or if this is intended. I have no idea. I seem to think it's the latter, that it's okay, and if you did this other quest, then this is sort of a bonus that you can do this quest more easily. The mountain giant quest. And it was my idea, by the way, to hand in Gahz rilla here. if I'm going to talk to what was it, Marion Rivenseeker or something like that in Tenaris, which is almost the neighboring zone. So the big guys are sort of located up here to my left. And there's an alliance camp up here. I don't think he's gonna attack me, though. Maybe if I stand too close to him, that as I did once. Oh, it's actually the green guy. So I guess it's not an alliance guy anyway. Can I talk to him? Yeah. Alright. But supposedly, I guess there must be some kind of quest for this guy, because otherwise I guess there's no reason why he would be friendly to Horde. So down here in this sort of yeah, what do you call it, crystal environment, we got the giants. If I sort of do things wrong or remember differently, that I had to use energy for this thingy in order to minimize the giants, I could pretty much kill them normally, but meaning root and spam whatever. Let's just see. Okay, it works like a charm. They might not. Okay, they might be immune to nature damage, but they weren't. Just gonna root them just to make things sort of standard stuff here. And where's the treats when you need them? There's one right there. You hurt a little bit though. So, gun, perfect. But as you can see, you can just use the gun as if you had any kind of fuel for it, I mean. Oh, by the way, I have to use this. Yeah, and then I can't drink, but I can use my innovate. So long cooldown on this vessel thingy, you have to remember that. Guess I can buff up a little meanwhile. And to be honest, I guess I forgot what I actually came for, which was this, not this quest, which is only used to complete the other. Alright, anyway, it works like a charm, that's kind of perfect. I'm gonna try something else, root first. And 3 more to go. And by accident I actually stumbled over this for once. The sungrass. Anyone seen some giants? There we go. The question is if I'm gonna get social aggro here. I probably am. Ah, give me a break. And this should be the last one. There we go. So, just gonna drop these things, and I'm gonna abandon again with the sap giants. Sure, I could do 3 more and it would be perfect, but yeah, I don't really have any interest in it. It's very limited. I think you get, well, I guess maybe it's not that limit. You get 25 reputation per goblin faction, meaning 100 total, 4 times 25. Uh, yeah, I don't know. There are so many other ways I could grind goblin faction if I wanted to, so I'm not gonna do it now. Maybe if I get bored when I'm level 60 and waiting for, say, a raid or a dungeon or something like that, I might max the reputation. Wouldn't deny that. I could probably be tempted to do something like that, but for now, nope. And I don't really need the extra experience. This sort of hill looks a bit too steep that I can climb it. Gonna try here though. There we go. So, in case he doesn't offer any further quests that I can complete at the moment, the troll doctor, whatever he is, I'm gonna fly to Tenaris to hand in the last of the Sulfurak quests that I did back then when I was in Sulfurak. Didn't hand it in back then along with a lot of other quests because I didn't want too much experience in order to farm as much reputation as possible. But now it's about time, even though it doesn't award any reputation. The trinket is pretty nice. I'm gonna use it instead of this one. I guess this one is fine for a tank or something like that. I'm just using it because I don't have anything else. So I'll take the 3% mount speed over that thing any day. Very atmospheric and very sort of elven-like, the bridge. And all the sort of debris or roots hanging from it. So besides the level 52 quest, then the rest of them are for Diamol. The quests were Bear and the other guys that I met initially. We're doing a dungeon, and I saw he locked out again, so things went well. Nobody died. Oh well. So he offers yet another one. Looks like it's the final one, as I can pick some kind of weapon. And while he's doing his mumbo jumbo over here, I'm just gonna sell whatever I had. Which wasn't a lot. Oh, we're done actually. So let's see. Yeah, it's a decent staff actually. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be as cold-hearted as I can get. I'm gonna go for the money. So it looks like I'm done with the music. I actually thought I had to go kill some more. So 2 more quests for today. Um, yeah, I might as well take free wind post. So first of all, I'm gonna hand in the Rilla quest. It was the quest, like I said previously, and as you can see up here from Questy, that was completed in the dungeon of Sulfurak. It's there is a maze that can be crafted in the hinterlands. I'll just show you. We got time. Over here on the other continent here, actually where I have all these elite quests that I'm waiting for a group for. But on the altar of Sul, and the dungeon is called Sulfurak, so that makes kind of sense. There's 2 mobs up here, 250 elites or something like that. And if you kill both of them, they'll drop 2 parts for a maze that can then be, I think, crafted up there as well. So now you have the maze, and when you get to the dungeon, uh, there is a giant gong at some point, and you can then bang the gong with your crafted mace here, and bingo, Gazrilla will spawn. Looks like a giant hydra, pretty much the same skin as the hydras in Morrowgrain, which I hopefully will do soon enough. And you kill the hydra, it has a nasty knockback, so you have to do him yeah, in some kind of smart way. I've seen various ways to do him. Some I think are fine, and some are not so fine. The first time I did him with a group, people were standing with some odd camera angle, and I couldn't target him. As I think it was on my warrior, like a year ago or something like that. Um, So the problem was, in order to target him, I had to sort of move a bit out of the way where we were grinding Gahz rilla, and that resulted in me getting knocked like pretty far away. Actually, not pretty far away, but pretty high up in the air. And when I fell down, I potted just to make sure that I wouldn't stress out on the healer's mana. It's not a tough boss in any way. It just has this knockback, so yeah, you have to take that into consideration. The problem is, of course, that if you haven't cleared enough mobs and he make this knockback, then you risk getting a massive pull that will wipe your group. So other ways I've seen is that you simply kill a lot of the mobs in the area, and you can then sort of, the tank will then stand with his back to some kind of cliff so he can't be knocked back, and the rest will sort of attack him from the rear, the side. Gahz rilla. And finally is what I did last. On my priest, we just stayed in, there's sort of a water pool close to the gong, so all of us, besides maybe even the tank, stays in the water, and he didn't make any the knockback there, as far as I recall. But I haven't recorded any of this, so yeah. And I think actually I did sulfurak on my druid here, so I was probably there. We stayed in the water. You'll have to go back and check if you search the channel for sulfurak. Anyway, the guy I have to turn in the Gahz rilla thingy is down here in the Shimmering Flats, and to my knowledge this is the last quest that I have here in the Shimmering Flats. See how this looks. Okay, big axe. Holy crap, it always looks kinda legendary, but it's not. Pretty much the same stats as the warrior's class quest axe. And then after this quest, the final one probably for today is in Tenaris. I have to go talk to Marvin Riftseeker here. And I'm sort of getting a lot of the level 50 quests dumped in order to make room for quests for Sunken Temple. This way I'm open for a dungeon group for Morrowgrain and Sunken Temple and elite quests in the hinterlands. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna equip this trinket right away. My carrot for my Kodo here, and Smot's compass here is going down the drain. A very beautiful zone here at night. Yeah, I'm already sort of dividing my spoils here between my various alts. And Marion is standing down here in some kind of ruins. And for some of the dungeons, say Moradon, I got 3 quests at the moment. I think there's 1 or 2 quests inside the dungeon as well, so I can't sort of just max out my quest to 20 and I'll be in trouble when I'm inside the dungeon. You've got Marion. Okay, so this is sort of a real quest, you could say, for Sunken Temple, and me and Marion here is just gonna chill the rest of the evening, I think. So, as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, bye bye.